Hey everybody, today we've got some Rust Belt polling out of Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. All three of them, as expected, are toss-ups. Trump is up in two of them, Biden is up in one. So let's not waste any time and see what this poll has to say. Now this is from CBS News/YouGov, and like with any pollster, take it somewhat with a grain of salt. There's going to be some hits, there's going to be some misses. All we can do is follow some of the data along the way. The sample size of these three polls was 1,245 to 1,306. That comes out to about a 3.1% margin of error in each state. So this first section is all about the economy, and there seems to be a nostalgia for the economy pre-COVID under Trump. The voters rating the current economy as good is only at 38% in Michigan and Pennsylvania. Wisconsin, it's slightly higher at 42%. But under the Trump years, then we're looking at about 62% that say it was good during that time. Of course, there were lockdowns, shutdowns, all kinds of different things happened. The economy took a big hit. But this asks, in the years after the COVID pandemic, has the state economy gotten better, worse, or stayed the same? Under 30% in all three states say it's gotten better, and around 50% in all three has said it's gotten worse. Stayed the same is the lowest in Michigan at 21, Pennsylvania and Wisconsin it's up to 27. Next it asks, who better understands people like you? They've got a poll from back in August of 2020. In the midst of the pandemic, Biden had a clear 7-point advantage, 44 to Trump's 37. Now it's flipped, Biden is down to 40, Trump is up to 42, and another 16% say neither. Next, we've got in Pennsylvania, how does Biden or Trump make you feel? Well, it doesn't really look good here for either side. For worried, Biden is at 55 to Trump's 48. Insecure, Biden is at 41 to Trump's 32. Angry, Biden is at 40 to Trump's 44. Voters that feel calm are at 33 for Biden, 24 for Trump. Secure, 27 for Biden, 35 for Trump. And confident, 24 for Biden, 38 for Trump. That's a big gap. Here's another key sentence. This says another change is that voters are less likely to see Mr. Biden as a moderate now than they were in 2020, blunting another item that worked to his advantage 4 years ago. Now here's more economy. This is where they asked voters how they felt about the economy back in 2020. And in all three states, it was in the low to mid 30s. But also those same voters looking back during the Trump years, presumably pre-COVID, those numbers come up into the low 60s. Next, we've got your finances now and before COVID. Only about 20% say they're better now. It's in the mid 30s for those that say it's the same, and we're in the mid-40s that say it's gotten worse. Next, this asks, would Biden or Trump's policies make your personal finances better, worse, or the same? Trump has a clear advantage here. For better off, he's up huge, 47 to 21. Worse off, Biden leads 48 to 36, and stay the same, Biden is up there 31 to 17. And there's also a shifting perception that Biden's policies are favoring the wealthy. Back in October of 2020, it was at 28%. Now it's at 39. This asks about the economy versus democracy as a major factor in your vote. For the economy, Trump leads by 1959 to 40. For democracy, Biden is up 1457 to 43. So the economic sentiment continues to not look good here for voters under Biden. Pre-COVID, people did seem to have a lot more money. That also happened to be under Trump. So unless there's a significant turnaround with the economy, it is going to be tough for Biden to run on that specific issue. The economy affects everybody all the time. Even if there are some positive metrics, inflation has been absolutely crippling. But I also know in politics, if it were the Republicans in power and the Democrats not in power, but everything else was the same, both of them would completely flip their narratives. Republicans in power would be saying what the Democrats are saying, pointing to the low unemployment rate. Meanwhile, Democrats would be saying, who cares what the unemployment rate is? Nobody can buy anything or take out a loan. So there's always a ton of hypocrisy in politics, and this is going to be no exception. So while the economy appears to help Trump, they also ask about abortion. That's one that definitely does help the Democrats. This asks your feelings about overturning Roe versus Wade. Only 13% are enthusiastic, 24% are satisfied, 23% are dissatisfied, and 40% are angry. And then we've got about 60% that are closely following news about abortion laws in other states like Arizona or Florida. Next, we've got a breakdown if you're dissatisfied or angry with the overturn, if you're going to vote for Biden or Trump. If you're dissatisfied, Biden leads 50 to 49. If you're angry, it's a complete landslide for Biden. He leads by 73, 86 to 13. So Democrats are definitely going to run on this issue. They don't really have too much else. But who knows exactly how much impact it's going to have. If you go by the midterms, you might think it's going to have a lot. But every election is going to be unique. There's going to be high turnout in this election. And it's possible it all comes down to the economy this time. But when you stack up abortion against other issues, this asks likely voters, are they a major factor in your vote? The economy leads with 80%. Inflation is at 77. State of democracy, 72. Gun policy, 58. Crime, 57. 47, U.S.-Mexico border 55. Then you've got abortion all the way down there at 53. So abortion is a motivator, but it certainly looks like less of a motivator than some of these other issues. Now it's possible there are single issue voters that are purely going to come out just on the abortion issue. Those voters I would expect to be significant for Biden if he can get them to turn out. Then we've got Trump's trials. It says they're not much of a factor. If we look at who's following them the most, we've got 40% in total that have heard or read a lot about it. Democrats are up to 49, independents are at 40, and Republicans are following it the least. They're down there at 33. How about the bigger concern in Trump's New York City trial? We're at about 41 to 42% that say Trump committed a crime. Just a little bit more, 42 to 45% say the charges are politically motivated. And that's across the 3 Rust Belt states. Here's an interesting sentence. This says each candidate's very strong support number among backers is lower than it was in 2020, even though at the same time, very few of them say they would ever consider switching candidates. So some of that could spill over into third parties. But let's take a look at the head-to-head matchups. In Pennsylvania, among likely voters, Trump is ahead by 1, 50 to 49. In Michigan, Biden is ahead by 2, 51 to 49. And in Wisconsin, Trump is ahead by 1, 50 to 49. Then it talks about younger voters possibly being disaffected with what's happening around Israel. But then we can go down a little bit farther and it throws in the third-party candidates. For Michigan, we've got Biden up by 2. He's at 45, Trump 43, Kennedy 9, and Jill Stein is at 3. So that's kind of where things are at. Down below, you can take a look at the specific question wording and the crosstabs. So I don't think there's anything mind-blowing in these results. This is kind of what we've been expecting. The former blue wall states in the Rust Belt, they're probably going to determine who's going to win this election. Biden really has to hold all these states if he wants to win. He's got a couple of issues that he could run on. Trump seems to have more of the issues on his side. We still got 6 months to go. There could be some volatility in this race. The trials are underway. We don't know what the economy is going to look like in 4 or 5 months. Plus, there's bound to be an October surprise, and we don't know about third-party ballot access. Kennedy did secure it in Michigan. We have to see if he's going to be able to secure the rest. Then the polling is really going to start to heat up in another couple of months. Finally, we've got the conventions and then the debates potentially on the horizon. Whatever we're looking at right now might look different by the election. The polling has underestimated Trump in the past in these states. Of course, if that happens again, it's going to be huge for Trump, but maybe that ends up not happening this time. So that's it for this Rust Belt polling. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about this poll? I think most people should agree that it's going to be close, but maybe there's something specific lurking in the data that you disagree with. Let me know what you think down below. On your way out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and join if you'd like to support the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.